What's up, Toronto Raptor fans? Nice victory over, sadly, it's the Charlotte Hornets, but these days, are they even called the Charlotte Hornets still? God, did I just have a brain? Yeah, okay. Whew. For a second, I thought I was thinking of the Charlotte Bobcats. Uh, Going back. Anyway, yeah, victory over the Charlotte Hornets. What was the final again? 132 to 120. Pretty good game overall. We were mostly in the lead. They tied it up a few times there and got back into it. Scary, but it seemed like the Raptors were able to pull away anytime they needed to. Saw a little bit of what I've been talking about with some kick. There was, in particular, what one, I guess was maybe towards the end of the first quarter with a little kick out to Siakam, and then he got it to Gomez in the corner hitting the three. Obviously, we need Gomez to hit some threes, thank goodness, especially probably with the news of Otto Porter Jr. being gone for the season. What a bust. What a waste of money. What a waste of a signing. I could have contributed more to this team this season, 2022-23, than he did. I can't remember exactly how many games he ended up in. 11, something like that. I think I saw, uh, you know, 4 points, something a game. Brutal. Brutal. Can't believe we got to fund this guy's ticket for the rest of the year, and then he's got a player option for next year. Otto Porter. And I'm really only upset because I had so much faith. Go back a few videos where I was talking about how we were going to improve this year, and Otto Porter, was our big off-season signing, and meanwhile this guy is just getting it was even like a toe displacement or something. Like, what the, come on, dude, give me a break. You got surgery for your toe being out of place. Anyway, whatever. Must be nice to be able to sit on a bench and collect 6, 8 million or whatever the hell he's getting a year. But sorry, with that news being said, maybe we got, next man up. Maybe the rest of the team is like, we need to hit some threes. We want to stay together. There is a ton of news out there about Raptors being traded and Raptors going away, and Gary Trent Jr. seems to be at the top of the heap, but we're hearing about Pascal Siakam deals. We're hearing about OG Anunoby deals. We're hearing about, what would we get for Fred VanVleet? I saw a lot of speculation from people saying we maybe re-sign a Fred VanVleet, but giving up Gary Trent Jr., which I still don't understand why we're going to do that. This man is 23 years old. This man, he might demand a lot of money. I guess unless they think the trajectory is that we can't win, but let's win. Let's get things going. Let's, pull up our bootstraps. Get this thing moving. Anyway, sorry, I'm totally off on a tangent. My ADD is on display at its full maximum. I don't know what peak. So yeah, let me just quickly jump into some stats. I know I was trying when I started this channel to not just go through all the stats, but I opened it up before I started here, and just wanted to be positive because we got a victory. So you know what I mean. I've been beating up Fred VanVleet enough the last few losses. I'm gonna give the man some props. I hope. I didn't look quickly at it. I looked at just the totals actually when I opened it. So I saw that Charlotte was 42.9% from three, but I saw that the Raptors were 45.5%. Now I didn't scrutinize everyone's percentages, and as I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a sad stat from Mr. VanVleet. But he hit a couple when we needed them. So I'll give him one positive before I rattle off his subpar numbers because he's still taking too many of them. But at least I even jotted down the time. He hit one to get to 114 with like 4:30 left in the fourth quarter, and he hit another one with about 3:20 left on the clock to put us at 122. And those are the buckets that we need from VanVleet again on his. And JJ Redick is the guy whose name I can remember a couple of ago, talking about the Old Man and the Three podcast that Fred VanVleet was interviewed on. It's worth going and checking out. I think JJ Redick is a pretty good guy. At least he seems decent enough that he's able to get some information out of these people, and they all trust him because he's an NBA guy that excelled at least in one area, so he's got respect. But my point is that, Fred was talking about at the ends of games lately, it's been going that if he gets the threes, we can win, and if he misses the threes, we can lose. Right, but why not kick, open three, Freddie boy? That's what we need, okay? If you don't have the open shot, don't take it. You don't need to take those almost logo type threes because that's the only way you can get open because you got to use the angle of being only 6 feet tall, so you got to get it over their defense. But I was going to be positive about Fred, and now I'm going ranting and counting again. Anyway, so we hit 2 when we needed in this game, but I'm surprised to see that was his only 2. I thought he had another one earlier, but I guess maybe that was he passed it off. Mr. Van Vliet at 28.6%. It was, I knew OG had a ridiculous three-pointing game, but man, 6 of 7, 85.7%. Mr. OG, oh my. That's what we need from him. And Gary Trent Jr. at 40. So, Juancho, sadly, the one I described in the corner was the only one that he hit, 1 of 2. Malachi had 1 of his 4. But, the other positive that I was going to say, darn it, I meant to say this before I was even prompted by looking on my computer screen about the stats, is Mr. Precious Achua. Nice to see him rounding into form because, again, I was saying that, end of last year, he was starting to actually be a valuable three-point shooter. He was pulling up threes. Pulling up, and then shooting 3 from the post as he's coming down the court with the ball. It was crazy. So, yeah, he was 5 of 9 overall, 3 of 5 from 3, 60% shooting. Nice job. Mr. Boucher got 1. He didn't go too crazy. He had a couple nice little layups also in the game. So, he was 50% from 3, so that's acceptable, Boucher. You can I was at the game the other day yelling "Ferme la Boucher" because he was jacking him up and missing. Anyway, they hauled him out of there. He only got a few minutes at the game on Sunday because he did not play well. But yes, I was yelling from the stands, "Ferme la Boucher," and my wife wasn't thrilled that I was attracting attention to us. But yeah, then overall, anyway, OG ended up with 22. Scotty Barnes, though, 0 of 3 from 3, which I know 3's not the only thing that goes on, but yeah, man, he only attempted 5 field goals for 7 points. Like, Scotty, something's going wrong with him. Pascal ended up with 28. Gary Trent Jr. ended up with 24, and it was Precious and Boucher coming off the bench. Even Gomez with 5, and Malachi Flynn and Koloko with his 6. So yeah. Anyway, had some decent 3-point shooting, had some decent bench play, and that was really what kept us in this game. But I hope that it's not just because it was against the crappy, Charlotte Hornets, who are a mess. Rozier is good, and Ball can do some nice things. Actually, let's quickly just look at their numbers overall. Rozier 33, LaMelo 24. That's about all they got. Plumlee, okay, he was pretty good down low. That's just because the Raptors defense, though, starts to lose control and get all scattered, and they leave him open. They can't react to the quick give while everyone's still sort of on the move. Like, it's not quite a fast break still, but the play is still unfolding, and Plumlee moving around in the center there. He's partly, I guess, just too tall because most of his shots were pretty close. He shot 90% from the floor, so yeah, he was in the paint pretty much every shot that I saw him take that I remember. But yeah, then it drops off quite a bit from there. PJ Washington at 13 is their 4th best scorer. So, yeah, basically, the Charlotte Hornets suck, but thank goodness the Raptors get to play them. The Raptors get to play them again. They do need to look at this. They were talking about it in the broadcast. I stuck with the Raptors broadcast because I like when Jack is on there. They're talking about these back-to-back games that the Raptors seem to have more than the other teams in the NBA. So I don't know. I got to do some digging maybe there and see how true that is. But I know that these guys have the stats. Obviously, they mentioned that the Raptors have 8 of them, and I definitely remember early on we had a bunch, which it was messing with our mojo because guys can react. You know what I mean? It's like you're gaming for one team, and you can really pick them apart. It's almost like a little playoff series. Not quite, obviously, with it's only 2 back-to-back, whatever. But still, not the same as you know if they can pick apart a weakness. It's not quite fair if the rest of the teams in the league aren't also under the same scrutiny by the same team by playing them a bunch of times. But this is a similar argument to. Hopefully, you guys stick with me. I'm going to stick around and do some Blue Jay because, as you can see, I've been a Blue Jay fan. I'm actually in that little picture over there. Anyway, been a Blue Jay fan forever, so yeah, gonna continue to do some baseball stuff. But in baseball, with the interleague play, it's so not fair that the Yankees and the Mets get to play each other every year because of the Subway Series, and yet, now, obviously, I'm gonna argue in favor of the Yankees actually because the Mets have been decent, and so it's not fair to the Yankees to have to play a better team every year because they play them when the Jays are playing. You know, sometimes we're playing the Cardinals, sometimes we're playing the Reds, sometimes we're playing uh, who knows, the Nationals or whatever, and it's not consistent. And so, anyway, we need to wipe out interleague play in baseball, and we might need to wipe out this back-to-back basketball thing if not every team in the league is going to experience the same back-to-backs against the same number of teams, at least within their division. I don't think it needs to battle or balance out that if we're getting back-to-back Lakers, everybody needs to get back-to-back Lakers. Sure, fair enough. But let's balance it out so that at least interdivisional or within your division play is going to balance out for the rest of the teams that are in your division. Come on, guys. This is common sense. All right. Anyway, I didn't mean to go down that tangent. So, yeah, check out Raptors in Black and White. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give me a like. Hit a comment. Really appreciate it. Love the comments. There's been a couple positive ones that, really get me excited and going. And I know we're going to build up this channel. I'm working on some things behind the scenes to bring maybe like a little rating system and some other stuff to make it a little more interesting each video. So this one, though, I got to run because I got to do some stuff. So anyway, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Mr. Beast for President. See you next time.